Hi, I'm Johnny Riley, and this is Rodney Polk. We're fresh off the road from the IBC. Here's a cut from my new album, Cold, Cold Summer. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer like the sun fell out of the sky. God knows it really feels like a winter, Lord. Why'd you leave me here to freeze? Without you here to bring on the fever, everything is gonna die around me. Since you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. Since you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. Since you've never been a cold, cold summer like the sun fell out of the sky. I've been looking for some sunshine. I've been praying for some heat. I've been looking for some daylight, baby. Only darkness falls on me. I swear I can go down there where the devil, Lord, just to feel the flames. Burn my old house till it's level, need to feel a little fire and rain. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer like the sun fell out of the sky. You got me going out of my mind. Come back and put your lips on mine. 'Cause you the only one can kiss me right. Well, I love the way it feels down to my neck, getting all tangled all up in this bed. Hey, baby, you leave me leaving in a dripping, sweating because now I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer like the sun fell out of the sky. You got me going out of your mind. Come back, put your lips on mine. 'Cause you're the only one can kiss me right. Well, I love the way it feels down to my neck, Lord, getting all tangled all up in this bed. Hey, baby, you leave me leaving in a dripping, sweating because now I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer, baby. I said you've never been a cold, cold summer like the sun fell out of the sky. Like the sun fell out of the sky, baby. Like the sun fell out of the sky. Like the sun fell out of the sky.
And that's Johnny Riley. Johnny, welcome back to the program.
How you doing, man? It's good to be back.
This is our second time having you on the show.
Yes, sir.
And listen, first off, let's talk about the big news. Tell us about the recent award that you won.
What we did was me and my partner Rodney Polk and my manager Karen Ron Marble said go down and do the Memphis Blues Challenge, and if you guys can win it or get through whatever, then you'll go on to the IBC. I think I'm saying that right. And
that's the international.
That's the international one. That's the big one. And I'm like, okay. And so Rodney's from Memphis. I'm not. I have strong Mississippi roots here, but I live in Texas. And so we had got together a couple of times. And my band, the reason they did this is the band, a lot of my guys were out of town, and I'd play with Rodney Pryor, and we just got together and said, okay, we'll go do it. And we went and did it, and we won it.
You and Rodney?
Me and Rodney Polk won.
And that's what we had on
the duo division.
The show tonight.
Yes.
As our opening, and we were going to have more music to come.
Yeah, we ended up winning it, and I was shocked. I was just like, oh, wow, you know.
That's a great honor. I mean, considering the competition that you're up against in that type of situation in Memphis.
Oh, yeah, man. They got great musicians down there, great bands, great duos, great people. I love Memphis.
Well, how do you describe the music that you do? What is it? Well,
it's kind of like if you take blues and roots music and put some Texas twang in it. And Delta blues, if you take Mississippi and Texas and they got together and had a kid, that's my music.
Yeah,
if you get it.
Is it outlaw blues? I mean, I've heard it described.
Yeah, I call it outlaw blues. And they say, well, what does outlaw mean? It means I'm going to play whatever the hell I want to play. I don't know if I can say it on the air.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, good.
And also, it's a certain look that you have too. I would say that we might characterize you.
Well, this is me, and I've had people say, "Why do you wear those jackets?" I'm like, "That's the reason I wear them, because you just asked, because it, you know, this is who I am." So.
Well, I mean, it's one thing that musicians have a license to do. You know,
I'm an entertainer.
And you're in the entertainment business. You know?
Yeah.
And it's fun on top of everything.
Well, that's what I love about Rodney Polk so much is I play with a lot of great drummers, but not only is he a great drummer, but he performs. And a lot of guys that sit back there and they're in the pocket and they get in their pocket and they do what they're supposed to do and they're done. Rodney, the first time I ever saw him play, he played with me, we were in a casino, I think down in Tunica playing. And I watched and I saw him, I'm like, this guy's contorting behind me. And so they took a break. Well, the three other guys, Evan Leake, Tommy Davis, and Rodney, were up on stage playing. And I went down and sat with Carol, my manager, and was watching him. I'm like, Jesus. I said, this guy's like, he's like the Joe Cocker of the drum set. And I told him that, and he started laughing. I'm like, no, it's good. Do that. So during the competition, we were watching. I just laid out. I said, man, he's so concerned about it. He goes, what do you want me to do? I said, I want you to be you, do you, don't worry about it. So he's up playing the freaking wall and standing up playing drums and doing things, and I'm like, that's it right there.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, talk some more about the recent win at the Memphis Blues Challenge, and also you can tell us a little bit more about what songs you're going to play later in the show. Okay?
All right.
All right, Johnny Riley, we'll be right back with Nightique after this.
When you are looking to further your education, there's only one university that towers above the rest, Jackson State University. Jackson State University is one of the leading universities in research, technology, and innovation, graduating more than 1,300 students annually and a consistent growth in revenue. Jackson State University is ranked #1 amongst the HBCUs in research and development. Make the right choice, the one choice, one Jackson State University, changing lives one student at a time.
Ingalls Shipbuilding has pioneered the development and production of technologically advanced, highly capable warships for the U.S. Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps for more than 75 years. Ingalls is Mississippi's largest manufacturing employer, and today Ingalls has an immediate need for more than 200 electricians at our Pascagoula, Mississippi site. Apply today at www.buildyourcareer.com or call 888-935-1507.
Okay, now during the break we were talking about your recent travel, which your travels took you to the crossroads.
The real crossroads.
The real crossroads. Okay, first let's explain, if anyone out there wants to know about the crossroads and the significance of that with the blues, tell us that story, and then tell us about your trip there.
Okay, well, they have a crossroads in Clarksville, Mississippi, and it's up 61 and 49, and they put it up. But if a lot of the blues guys will tell you that's not the real one, that's for tourists or whatever.
And what happened originally at the crossroads?
Well, originally, the legends has it that that Son House had told Robert Johnson, and Robert Johnson would follow Son House and this other guy around and want to play, and Robert really couldn't play that well. But then all of a sudden, Robert went missing, and when he came back, he could play really great. He was like a pro. And Son House looked at him and said, boy, you must have sold yourself to the devil to play like that. And so there it went that he supposedly went down to the Crossroads, because that's an old Delta legend, and it comes from Africa, that you go down and talk to Legba. Well, Legba was like a Loa or a spirit in voodoo that opened up the ways and would move obstacles for you. And then it went from that, like a spirit or an angel doing it, to they said, well, it was now the devil that did it. So it kind of evolved over the years. And
so he sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, supposedly he sold his soul to the devil, and then he could play guitar, and he died at a young age, because you know, that's when I wrote a song called "Have Mercy on Me," and I use a line in there that says, "You got to pay the piper if you're going to play the blues." And then Crossroads of My Life, I got influenced to write that, the words to that, because I'd studied some of that stuff about the Crossroads. But Carol and them took me out to a place, and we went out there, and they were shooting pictures, and it's out by Dockery Farms. It's like straight across, and there's this long road. We passed this old graveyard, and we got out there, and me and Tommy Davis, my first cousin, was out there, and we had our instruments, and we're sitting there playing, because if you're a musician, it's like, don't play your guitar. Then you need to take it from me, because if it's in my hand, I'm going to play it. So we're playing, and he said, you better watch it. You'll call him up. I'm like, who? And I wasn't even thinking. And he goes, you know who? I said, whatever. He goes, hold on. See, he said, I got to take a break for a minute. And so he went over to the weeds and came back. And we were sitting there, and I remembered Folklore said, well, you always got to leave something. If you come, you got to leave something, like candy or money or something like that. So they always said use the power of three pieces of candy or 3 pennies or whatever. So I pulled 3 pennies out of my pocket, and I flipped them up. Well, the wind was kind of blowing a little bit, but it was sun shining. And where we were standing, it got really, really cold. And I said, he looked at me, did you feel that? And I said, dude, that's weird. But the pennies, when they came down, they landed on heads at my feet. Well, it freaked me out. I left the pennies there, and we got through and we left. And what was so cool about it, I came back and told Mickey Rogers. Now, Mickey Rogers is a legend, and Mickey plays on this album, Crossroads of My Life. And Mickey come up under Howlin' Wolf and Hubert Sumlin. In fact, they taught Mickey how to play, Hubert taught Mickey how to play the guitar. I said, Mickey, I got to tell you something. He said, what? I said, man, we went out to Crossroads out there. He said, can I take you out there? I said, yeah. I said, we was out there. I said, man, I threw 3 pennies, and they landed on heads. He said, you got your luck. And Mickey's an old guy. So what do you mean I got my luck? He said, if you go back out there, they'll be on tails. I'm like, holy moly. So I got some friends that said they studied that stuff they go, you got to watch that Crossroads Magic, man. And but I said, I don't know. I said, it was real for me when I went. I said, I didn't feel, but it was odd, strangely odd. So I think there's something about that Delta. There's things there that people just can't put their finger on, but it's a magical place.
Now, you were in the U.S. service?
Yes, I was in the Army.
Okay, so when you were serving the country back in those days, were you aware that you were going to become an entertainer, or was that what your original plan was?
I knew it from the day I was old enough to walk and talk.
Isn't that the truth, though? I mean, don't you think there's something that happens, we are innately aware of what it is we're supposed to do?
My father said that I took a Sears and Roebuck catalog, and they had an old red Fender guitar in there. And when I was 2 years old, I'd lay in my crib and sit there and play it. And I thought, I don't know if they know former lives or whatever, but I knew I was going to play guitar and sing from the time, because I started when I was little. I loved music.
You remember from the time you can remember?
From the time I can remember, I always wanted to play, I always wanted to sing. I wanted to act, I wanted to do these things, entertain. My mom said I wanted to be Flip Wilson. You remember Flip?
Yeah.
The comedian. I would put on shows for my grandma. Yeah, Geraldine. You watch it, honey. You know, when he do that and all that stuff. And Geraldine, and I watched all that, and I wanted to do shows for my family, and I'd come out and would, you know, I'd do something, I go, ta-da, and but from the time, and so I've always been, I didn't say, well, I didn't make it in law school, I guess I'll, you know, be an actor. No, I have always acted, played music, sang, wrote songs, poetry, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you know, and other people I talk to, and I feel the same way. I mean, you kind of know if you...
It's either in you or it ain't in you. You either have it or you don't have it.
Yeah, you really, I mean, it's true. I wonder if that's fate. Is that fate? I mean, is it predestined? Is it predestined, you think? That
I think it's just, if you believe in God, and I do, I believe God just puts you, I think he gives certain people certain talents and certain people, you know, And I was raised, oh, you can't play any music but gospel music, because my father was a holiness preacher.
Now, what exactly is a holiness preacher?
Holiness preacher, Word of Faith, Pentecostal. They shout, sing, dance, hoop, holler, and preach hard. Hell so hot you could feel the heat. You know, I mean, we'd go to tent meetings, and I remember I was in a tent meeting watching R.W. Shambach. That was back when they had tent meetings, and people would go under these big, huge tents, and they'd have the preacher and the choir and all this. And so I was raised in all that. But I was raised that, man, if you don't want to sell you'll sell your talent, man. God give you a talent. And I got to thinking, well, what if I was a plumber? Can I only work on Christian people's houses, on their toilets? What if they hire me to go work in a nightclub to fix their plumbing? Can I do that? And no one could answer me. And right before my father passed, which he passed in 2014 last year, he said, you go play your music and do what you do. Just remember where you come from. So it kind of blessed me. He said,
that was a blessing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And he goes, if you ever need the power of God, it'll be with you. Remember,
you know what? I got a similar story. My daddy died over 20 years ago. But when I was growing up, I played music too. I played rock and roll. And of course, my dad didn't really understand. He didn't like it.
He didn't get it.
He didn't get it. And then all of a sudden, I was in television, and I was trying to be involved in television as a young adult. But finally, when he saw me on the air before he died, he saw me doing weather, and he said, "Did I understand? Now I get it. Now he understood." And then it wasn't long after that he died. You know, it's a blessing.
Right.
In a way,
and if I'd have listened to the haters, what the kids call haters today, with the negative people, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Yeah. You know, go out and do this, get a regular job, do this. I worked for years. I was in law enforcement, and I was on 4 days and off 4 days. And the 4 days I was off, I was playing and singing and anything I could do.
It's hard. Everything's hard, but it's even harder if you give up, because then that's a
Well, I tell them, cream always rises to the top.
Yeah,
if you keep practicing, you keep doing, somebody's going to notice you.
Right. You can't succeed if you give up along the way. But it's hard to keep going in anything, but giving up's worse. You know?
Well, that's why I've been always different all my life. I've been strange or whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to be me. I mean, you only go around once that I know of, so, you know, I love playing and singing music, and I sing blues music, rock music, country. I love it all, you know. I even like old Irish songs, and I'm a Shane McGowan fan, you know, and the Pogues and all those guys.
Okay, we're going to come back with some performances and a little more discussion with the remaining few minutes of the show, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, back in a minute.
This is our Gray's Box. It's a great way to snack. Fresh, tasty, and created using only the best ingredients. Choose from our range of over 90 delicious snacks. We'd like to invite you to try a hand-picked box for free. Go to grays.com and we'll send a free box directly to your office or home. It may even help you keep your hand out of the cookie jar.
Go to grays.com and enter the code GRAYS34 for a free box.
Grays.com. Snacking reinvented.
Song called Lonely as the Night. Lonely here's the night when you're blue and all alone. Your demons come to life when your mind is not your own, and you're feeling kind of lonesome sometimes without your lovers and regret. Sometimes you'd like to end it all, but sang the blues instead. Well, I'm feeling kind of lonesome, angry and confused, Lord, and I guess that's why blue one sings blue. I blues man sings the blues. Oh, and I guess that's why I blues man sings the blues. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. A little song called No Letter Blue. Well, you didn't even write me a note, lady. Hey, but the writing was on the wall. Ooh, you didn't even write me a note, lady, baby, baby. Lord, but the writing was on the wall. Now I'm laying here drunk as hell. What did I do to make her act so cold? Well, please, please tell me, darling, what did I do to make her act so cold? Well, the time we spent together, girl, well, Lord, it was like the precious gold. Let me tell you what she did, Rob. She left me crying. Lord, I was standing out in the rain. She done left me crying. Lord, I was standing out in the rain. A broken man and I'm all alone as I am. Well, with no remedy to my pain. Here's what I told my baby when she left. I said, come back, baby. Little Johnny Ryder gonna be good for you. Come back, baby. You know Rodney Pope gonna be good for you. Cause Carol Marble gonna make him. Whatever don't have you in my life. We don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
This is our Gray's Box. It's a great way to snack. Fresh, tasty, and created using only the best ingredients. Choose from our range of over 90 delicious snacks. We'd like to invite you to try a hand-picked box for free. Go to grays.com and we'll send a free box directly to your office or home. It may even help you keep your hand out of the cookie jar.
Go to grays.com and enter the code GRAYS34 for a free box.
Grays.com. Snacking. Reinvented.
Ingalls Shipbuilding has pioneered the development and production of technologically advanced, highly capable warships for the U.S. Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps for more than 75 years. Ingalls is Mississippi's largest manufacturing employer, and today Ingalls has an immediate need for more than 200 electricians at our Pascagoula, Mississippi site. Apply today at www.buildyourcareer.com or call 888-935-1507.
Okay, that's Johnny Riley. Man, thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations to you and your group. Your drummer is going to be on the show. We're going to have him on.
Rodney Polk, yeah.
Rodney Polk is going to be on.
He does the duo thing with me. He's great, man.
You know, it's like reminiscent of the White Stripes, right? You've got a guitar player and a drummer.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's, to me, I know people laugh at me when I say this, but in the simplicity lies the genius. And I saw Johnny Hooker and I said he's a genius. I seen him have his career. He was playing in open G and he played one chord on songs sometimes. And I had a guy tell me one time, he said, "Man, your music's boring." I'm like, "Well, undoubtedly Nashville didn't think it's boring." You know, so, but that's the deal.
What is your website for information?
Well, we have a couple. The label is MississippiDeltaBlues.com, MSDeltaBlues.com. And my website is also JohnnyRileyMusic.com. And we also have a booking agency that books us too called Land Shark Entertainment.
Okay, good. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Johnny Riley on Nightique, and we'll see you next time.